Hey everyone,
Hi.
this is Alex, along with Dominique. There it is. We are bringing you another review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8. We've made it to episode 4, and what a magical episode it was.
By far has to be the best of the season.
Oh yeah,
it was just so fun. I love this episode.
There's a lot that went on with this episode. The main challenge was such a treat, so beyond anything we've ever seen on the show before. Really, really fun. Let's jump right in. We start the episode off with our dearly departed Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
I was so sad to see her go. I will miss her cuckoo. But her outfit was atrocious. It was terrible. I can't.
It was pretty bad. And I'm definitely going to miss her as well. What I found to be really interesting was Nature say, "Oh, I'm really sad, my Miss Continental sister. I'm going to miss her." And I'm thinking in my head, you're not going to have enough time to miss her because you're not long for this competition anyway.
I was thinking the same thing, Nature, bitch, you shouldn't even be here to miss her.
Sorry.
Once again, I will keep clocking you because you are boring.
Sorry about it. RuPaul comes in and says that the main challenge is that the groups are going to break up into groups of 3 and create their own new wave bands.
I got really excited because I love everything 80s, especially 80s pop music. To me, it was terrible. It was fantastic. It was everything.
Yeah.
But I loved that they were going to break up into the bands. I was like, oh, they're going to be writing music to oh my God, this is going to be the best. Mm-hmm. I also like how the girls split off because I knew that Kimchi and Robbie Turner were going to Kiki together. I don't know how Naomi Smalls got involved, but I think she was like, Robbie Turner's gonna write some lyrics. I'm gonna look beautiful. Let me go over here. Yeah. And New York queens were like, don't want to work with that hoe, or that hoe. So I guess we're together.
I was gonna say we know what kind of ratchet New York can do. So let's just go ahead and keep it ratchet, in the family.
They write together, right ratchet, right New York.
Can we talk about the art? Shape of
Oh my God! And they foamed across the entire workroom. I was like, bitches, yes. And the 3 leftover queens, it was like Naysha, Derek, and Chi-Chi. And Chi-Chi was just like, ah.
I absolutely loved the whole concept of 3-on-3-on-3, and then just you guys pick your teams. I found
and get it together. There was no mini challenge, and I was really confused. I thought I'd missed the part of the episode. Right. So I was on Logo trying to figure it out, and then I was like, oh no, there's no mini challenge. He was like, hey, this is what you're doing, so go do it. So Chi-Chi wanted Sin, yes. And then everybody else went Party. So they're like, oh, I guess. And then Bob got his Inception clause in there and was like, you guys can't agree, so...
It's which I love that. I love how it's well, you 3 aren't unanimous on Party. We are, so we get Party. I would have been like, oh, I'm so sorry. Which page in the RuPaul's Drag Race...
Best friend race?
Yeah, which page of the rule book is that written anywhere? So basically you have the 3 teams. There's Team Doomed, which I only call that. 1, because Naysha seems to be at the helm. And 2, because... Chi-Chi DeVayne has this amazing moment of clarity. I've been read for being too basic on the runway. So I want us to have costumes that are geometric shapes. Basic geometric shapes. The irony is too rich. I want to not be basic, but I want our team to dress up like a square, a triangle, and a circle. What? Team number 2, or Les Chicken Wings. What was interesting about Chicken Wings is Derek Barry has that kind of confessional moment where she's like, they're totally gonna fail. And they throw it in there because they're either going to win, or Derek Barry's group's gonna be in the bottom, or both.
I definitely feel when they throw that confessional moment, and especially from Derek Barry, whose shade skills we've already discussed.
The team... dynamic of the century was Bob the Drag Queen and Thorgy Thor.
Oh my God, it was War of the... it was for the ages because they are listen, bitch, I can't.
It was 2 New York cats in a box.
A
wet New York, vibrantly neon-colored, wet box in the rain. You know something is wrong when Acid Betty is the person in your group going,
it's the quiet one who's trying to figure out why these hoes are fighting. I actually thought it was funny that Bob and Thorgy really could not connect on anything. And then also watching them go in to talk to Lucian and seeing Bob really clap back. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I hate Lord.
I love it because Lucian Piani, the comment was made earlier, like, you don't come for Lucian Piani. And I'm thinking in my head, if there's anyone who has been a judge or a regular once-a-season judge on RuPaul's Drag Race that you absolutely can come for, it's absolutely Lucian Piani. And we'll get to why later in the episode. But yeah, that to me was everything. I'm sitting there just going, this is like almost as awkward as Pearl versus RuPaul, except there was no shot that Lucian Piani was gonna like rip the face off, become like Beelzebub, and bite off his face. Like,
I mean, the only thing Lucian Piani might have done is like give live birth because he's just such a puss.
I feel like Lucian Piani would have just been like, "What? Hey, that's no.
You don't talk to me that way.
No, I'm Lucian Piani. Do you know how many like Grammy-winning albums I've recorded? I mean, none, but still, I've come a lot closer than you. I've come a lot closer than you, Bob the Drag Queen. Going to the next group, I also found it fascinating that, you know, Derek Barry sings, and, you know, it wasn't anything amazing, but it also wasn't anything horrible, and Lucian's like, oh, gee, maybe we should just speak it. Kind of trying to poke, like, okay, Derek Barry can't sing, when jump to the, you know, judging, or the critiques, we have both the people involved with Blondie saying, you have an incredible voice. Sloppy editing, Logo, sloppy editing.
I think that, like, when they did it, it's kind of like that post-production, like, they put music to him singing, and I don't think he heard that music.
When the first half of the episode is pretty much, Derek Barry, you should talk sing and not actually sing. And then he's like, no, I'm going to sing and we're fine. And then he actually sings and he's the best one on his team. It's like, okay. I also thought it was interesting how it's like, okay, so chicken wings, let's do the scream thing. And they all scream and they have that kind of like dun dun dun. Like, oh, this is so foreboding and they're doing such a terrible job. It's like, no, they're not.
I didn't feel that way at all, and it's kind of like, what? Who edited this episode? Did I edit this episode?
I'm like,
like, this is bullshit. Like,
someone who gets paid the same amount that you and I do for making these videos is clearly getting paid the same amount to edit episode 4.
The show.
Sorry. Hang on. We talked about...
What do you mean, be cool?
Oh my God, what do you mean be cool? I'm sorry, that was absolutely surmised very perfectly by Carson in the last episode. Give us less, but more. So, you know, be you, but don't be you.
Anything, be you, but don't be you.
Don't be you, and
it's better.
So yeah, so that's basically what they say when it's like, what you're doing is not what we want. We're not going to tell you what specifically you could do to make it better, because that would make sending you home harder.
I like that he was like, it's like the B-52s, except it's coming out cheesy, and I'm like, didn't the B-52 sing Rock Lobster? Shut the fuck up, Lucian. I can honestly say that one of the lyrics of a B-52 song is everybody had matching towels.
What do you want to do other than throw an adjective at me with a very, very subjective definition based on who you ask? Really? Be cool? Suck my dick. So I'm going to go ahead and say it about Lucian Piani as well. I've never really noticed this before. I don't know if it's happened before, but when RuPaul hits the main stage and she's meeting all of the judges or introducing all the judges, Lucian Piani is absolutely the judge that Bob should have gone for, because that man is terrified of, I don't know, black women in general, people in general, because when she goes, Lucian Piani, his actual response is, hey, Ru, it was so like, it was so just like, don't hurt me, yes, ma'am. It's like,
bow down.
Getting into the performances, I thought start to finish, Les Chicken Wings were just dynamite.
They were dynamite. They fucking killed it.
Yes.
Their lyrics were hilarious. They sold it, and I was surprised because, you know, two of the queens on that team really don't show you much.
Yeah.
And they kicked ass. Like, they looked great, of course.
Yeah.
They sold it. They screamed. They were so punk, and I really liked them.
Yeah, I almost found it unfair, because I'm like, they have such, like, aggressive music, and I feel like the faster the music, the more aggressive the music, the easier it is to kind of sell it. I feel like with the other ones, I was like, I would have had a hard time with this frickin' beat, Are you serious? But I felt like Robbie Turner absolutely stole the show, made the show. Street Meats was also a very strong group. The song was just
funny.
Yeah, the chorus of the song was a little bit weird.
It was like they were disjointed because it was a chorus that they all had to say at the same time, and they kept fucking up.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. It was very entertaining, and visually, I liked. They actually worked out some choreography, being at the mics together, which I
also thought that Acid Betty didn't give me a lot during the performance. Like, it was very Thorgy and Bob heavy. Like, they are ones, and that might have been editing, like, where they just showed those two more.
Yeah.
But I feel like they also sold the performance more. Like, they were more sickening.
The performance was good. The song I wasn't super crazy about.
Yeah. It could have been funnier. I think it didn't translate as funny, and
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
geometry.
Dragometry.
There you go. I was about to say geometry. Wait, what the fuck was that?
Right. Like with Dragometry, God knows they tried, and that's all I truly ask of my drag queens.
But the outfits were tragic.
I need to go ahead and make the comment. I don't know who told Naysha Lopez that was a circle and not, a baby's bonnet. I don't know who lied to her and told her that was anything but a baby bonnet.
Where the Roadrunner just kind of paints like a up circle on a mountain.
And runs through it. Yeah, I feel like with Dragometry, we had, between the three queens, I was like, we could have combined Derek's voice with Chi-Chi's stage presence and Naysha's instrument she was playing. There would have been like a solid performer on that stage. Like, just kind of...
I feel like, and that's how I feel. Like, I feel like Chi-Chi really worked hard to give a good performance because Chi-Chi knew all she could sell was the fact that she could get on stage and turn to it. That's all she had.
Yeah.
So she was like,
well,
I'll just go ahead and do the damn thing.
Yep.
And she really did. Her performance was solid. Derek Barry looked like Debbie Harry, but also like Debbie Harry on Lithium. She was bored.
I can totally forgive the Britney Spears thing if, like, when she was doing the challenges, she looked like she was having any iota of fun.
She needs to get some of that cocaine that Cynthia had in her cuckoo. That's why.
I'm telling you, man. That was basically, the main challenge, which overall I thought was a lot of fun. I really liked it. So moving on to the main stage runway show where everyone was dressed in neon.
I thought it was actually really cool that they did like a neon challenge for like their 80s theme.
Well, the first one out in the runway was Derek Barry.
Oh, it was Derek Barry.
Yes.
I actually liked Derek Barry's look. It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it. Compared to some of the outfits she's sent out on the runway, it definitely looked good. The jury's still out for me as to whether the plastic train thing was worth it. I liked the one up here. And I feel like without the train, I feel like the outfit would have just been another bathing suit. And it's
appropriate, I think, because the 80s and the neon. I'm over Derek Barry's wigs, though. Can you give me something else?
I actually also liked this wig. Last week's wig, I was kind of like, meh.
Naysha Lopez with that, she looked like, those spin colors that you used to get when you were a kid, and you would just sort of stand on the circle, and it would just, so she looked like spin art, but in the worst way.
Spin art meets Cirque du Soleil Tumblr meets, and don't get me wrong, I love
crayon on the sidewalk and you let the wax drip down. She looked like Miss Stare if it was in like Kentucky. Moving on.
Chi-Chi DeVane.
Chi-Chi needed a cinch, and I say that because I actually thought her outfit was funny and cute, and I think Chi-Chi also had the idea that she'd probably lip sync. And of course, they paired lip sync to Blondie, so she had the outfit that actually worked for her lip sync.
She did. Yeah, I didn't dislike the outfit. Was everything that Michelle Visage said about the outfit 100% accurate? Yes.
Yes.
Did that make the outfit terrible? No.
But I definitely agree with Michelle, and I agree with the guy from Blondie. You don't wear the same shoes, girl.
Oh my God, that clock. I mean, I was sitting there just going, I did not clock that. I did not realize that. That's hilarious.
If I was on the main stage, they would have to down away from me, because I'd have been like,
because I'm sitting here, I'm like,
I could have loaned you a pair of shoes, girl. I could have loaned you a pair of boots.
Man, seriously. I mean, I didn't mind that she wore the same. I didn't notice. So, good for him for noticing that. But yeah, that's basically that. Kimchi.
Okay, so the makeup was super cool. Because she was damn near unrecognizable, like, as a human being, which is awesome. But I hated her outfit.
Thank you for saying that. I actually have it written down. Neck and above, totally great. Everything below it, I was like...
Especially for Kim Chi, it looked very like my first sewing class at Joann's Fabrics, but I used all the fabric.
Yeah.
Robbie Turner also put me to sleep on the runway. Why do I care about this? Robbie Turner, that one wig store that you go to in Seattle, I need you to drive like a couple of hours down, go to Portland and get a new wig. I'm over all of Robbie Turner's looks. I'm over it. Give me something else.
Apparently they were told neon from any decade is what they were told. And I honestly think Robbie Turner just said, this is kind of neon, even though it wasn't, and just kind of rolled with it. So...
okay, so neon from any decade.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Okay. Yeah. Neon from any decade.
Yeah.
I feel you. That shit ain't neon, and that shit is still boring.
Okay, next we have Naomi Smalls.
She wore a Madonna bathing suit, another skinny bitch. Nah, Naomi, I love you, but I need you to be a little more hood, and I need you to not just wear bathing suit.
Yeah.
And also pieces of fabric.
Yeah, I've made peace with the fact that I don't think we're going to see anything along the lines of contouring or padding with Naomi Smalls, and I don't necessarily hate that. Out of all of her looks this season, this is probably my least favorite Naomi Smalls look. Next up we had Acid Betty, who, I'm sorry, that look...
was killer. That wig with like the thin hair and then like the gills. Yeah. She looked amazing. She looked good.
She looked so freaking fantastic. Felt like there were so many more complementary colors she could have draped that with, but I'm not upset about it. That was freaking, that to me
was fucking flawless. It looked fucking, she looked like a fucking sea monster at Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
It was conceptual, it was head to toe an idea, it wasn't overdone, and it looked great. So I was very content.
Next we had the Thorgy with her little 60s dress, which was actually cool. Like, I understood her decade more than I think I understood Robbie. Her makeup this week, I wasn't the biggest fan. At first, like, her makeup stood out to me, but not in a great way, because I was just like, I like the concept. I'm all about that 60s super mini dress, super high boots kind of look. Except for her makeup, I was just like, and the things on her cheeks.
Yeah, that was a bit conceptual, but I think there just wasn't enough of a reference to one particular thing. It was kind of like, I'm going to do 60s. I'm also like, these art pieces on my face that aren't really 60s. But I still liked the outfit. I didn't mind it. Next up, we have Bob the Drag Queen.
I loved Bob's look this week. It is a look we haven't got to see from Bob. And I also love that Bob didn't wear a wig and did like the dripping down. It was pretty elegant, especially for Bob. Like, I also love that Michelle called him a ratchet queen, because that's how I feel about Bob too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ratchet enough. And this week I thought he looked really good.
I think he looked amazing, but when I rewatched the runway, I realized neck up, flawless. Absolutely nothing. Neck down, when you really look at that dress, it's actually quite hideous. Like, I mean, I feel like the one savior to that outfit was the fact that he was bald and that he put a splash of neon paint on. I'm not upset at that dress. I still think, combined with the bald head and the pink drizzle, totally saved it. But yeah, I was like, Bob was freaking smart that week. Because if he had had the idea of not doing the pink drizzle, I would have been like, that's a really ugly freaking dress. So all the attention goes up here, because holy crap,
that is an excellent point.
Sure, when they were giving the critiques, I also noticed Bob had a little bit of a quasi-Gia Gunn wonky eye going on. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, because I was like,
Gia Gunn wonky eye! So I think, not surprisingly, Robbie won. I mean,
Robbie did win, and I'm sorry, his Hedwig and the Angry Inch main stage punk new wave was absolutely everything. He sold it. I think it was a very deserved win. In the bottom three, we have Dragometry, and I was not surprised that they put the three of them in the bottom three. I felt like it was pretty much...
To be honest, there was not really there was not really one great group and two bad groups. It was like a great group, a good group, and a
terrible group. Naysha Lopez and Chi Chi DeVayne end up in the bottom two. Lip syncing to Call Me. In general, I did not mind this lip sync. I didn't think it was a bad lip sync. It was absolutely far from my favorite for the sheer fact that, I'm sorry, at one point Naysha Lopez had her wig in her hand and was like almost like skipping rope with it on the stage, which I'm like, I don't know what.
Lopez is a terrible lip syncer. I'm sorry. Her lip syncs are not impressive. Even when she did her little flip, she looked like she was gonna lose her shit. She didn't know how to flip.
I'm sorry.
Like you're supposed to be this dancer for the second time. What the?
Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then you got Chi-Chi. It's like, bitch, I know how to do this.
Yeah. Well, I feel like on one side of the spectrum we have Naysha Lopez, who like she does a cartwheel, and like when she comes out of that cartwheel, it's like, is this your 4th day in tumbling class? You look so uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable to watch. Then you have Chi Chi DeVayne, who's basically doing a lip sync to Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls, but actually like doing the dance moves to Don't Ya to Call Me. I was like, so you're not feeling this song at all. You're turning this lip sync out deservedly, and that's fine.
Because you have to.
But I'm like, yeah, you're getting awfully stripper for Call Me, and.
I liked her back handspring where you thought she was going to go down into a split. She just stood there and like kept singing, which surprised me. That was the one part of the lip sync where I noticed, I was like, I thought I knew where she was going with it, and she stopped and like actually showed us that she was still lip syncing, because I think there was a part in there where she was like, I want to sing this, I'm going to flip.
Yeah.
And although she's proven to us that upside down, she lip sync her ass off. It was just that moment where I was like, is she just flipping because she don't want to do this?
Yeah. Also feels like a really less sexier version of Raja versus Carmen Carrera. I'm not trying to
like sing together.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm like, there's certain songs and there's certain personalities that mesh really well, like Raja and Carmen or Adore and Trinity. Those worked out. Those two trying to like do the whole like sexy or lip syncing together did not work out.
It did not. It didn't sell for a second, because it almost looked like what Chi Chi wanted to do was put her hand over Naysha's face and just be like, "That's fine. Get out of my."
It's like, get out of my lip sync poontang before you suck my life dry. Naysha Lopez came this close to being the first drag queen to survive more than the episode she got brought back in or the episode after, but Chi Chi snatched that shit.
Chi-Chi, I feel like really is getting a lot of camera time. I feel like she really is a solid queen. I just want to see if she can turn it out, because she's proven that she can lip sync, she can dance, she can perform on a dime. But like next week's Snatch Game, girl, what you gonna do?
I think with Chi Chi DeVayne, it's just a question of the challenges remaining in the season. I feel like if it's a build your own outfit kind of season, like season 3 was, Chi Chi could be in for the long haul. If it's more of a Glamazonian outfit-based season, more so I feel like season maybe 7 was.
7 was definitely that.
Yeah, then she's in trouble.
Was kind of that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to depend upon what the challenges are as far as how far we see Chi Chi go. It's getting to the point where I'm really finding something I love and maybe not so much love in each of the queens. And I think for the what I consider oftentimes terrible editing job they're doing this season, I feel like they are slowly getting their groove where they're showing the good and maybe the bad of each of the queens. I absolutely hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode. We're working hard to provide you as much humor and shade as humanly possible, and we're also trying to provide that in a much smaller time frame.
In a short chunk of mother.
Yeah, so less than, the 34 minutes we brought you for episode 1. So feel free, if you are enjoying these, to leave comments so we know that people are still watching this. Most importantly, if you agree, disagree with us, we'd love to hear your comments on the episode, on the show itself. We would love that. But clearly, as is always with every episode, we have a tremendous amount of respect for the queens, even if we feel that their elimination is justified or anything like that. We respect them as artists, and we clearly mean zero malice by any of the obnoxious things that we say. We don't mean to troll, we merely mean to entertain. So,
we love our queens.
Thanks again, guys, for watching. This is Alex.
Dominique.
Take care. Bye.